Hi guys, it's Summers here and welcome to another episode of my FIFA 2019 Career Mode series. Gonna check out the Youth Academy first off in this episode, just see how everybody's progressing. So the first player is Czech Toure, the Ivory Coast player, 17 now. And then we move on to Thomas Baudry, central defensive midfielder from France. He's got 60 overall with a potential of 81 to 87, so he could be quite good for the future as a holding player. Nicola Marino, 15 years old again, a cam from Italy. His potential is 76 to 84. His value isn't quite too good at the moment, so I'm not sure whether he'll make the cut, but he's only 15. Ewan Alexander, the 17-year-old goalkeeper, he's destined to make the squad at some point, I would imagine. Quite a good overall potential. And then we've got Ollie Brown, another goalkeeper, 85 to 91 as his potential, so we'll definitely be training that guy up and trying to get him into the squad in the near future. Moving on to Moritz Schneider, the German central midfielder. Again, overall at the moment not quite there, but his potential's looking quite good. Only 16 years of age, so got plenty of time to make the mark. Hans Holm, signed him recently, the Danish guy. He has got 63 overall and could quite easily be transferred to the squad quite soon, as he's already got quite a good potential, and we could loan him out just to try to get some additional points on the board. Baptiste Lacroix, 16-year-old centre mid from France. Again, another one that's looking like he could make the jump into the squad at some point rather soon. Bjorn Lomberg, Swedish guy, 15 years of age, right midfielder, again another decent overall and decent potential, so again could be looking to transfer him in and maybe send him out on loan. Olaf Mattsson, left winger, 17-year-old Swedish player. He's got 64 overall at the moment and his potential's looking half decent, so another one that we could easily put into the squad. As we move on into the first game of this episode, and it's a Midlands Derby against the Wolves. Team lineup is a 4-3-3. McGinn, Burge and Grealish in midfield with Nelson, Dicko and Green up front. And the usual four at the back. Open up on the action with Wolves taking a decent shot with 3 minutes gone. Horn has to come to the rescue and makes a decent save there. McGinn, 25 minutes in, knocks the ball onto Dicko and he blazes it over the bar there. Not the best of efforts as we move on into the second half, and Reece Nelson here out on the wing has cut back inside, knocked the ball inside. So close there with that header. Andre Green out on the left-hand wing. Can he deliver a good ball? He can. The keeper's just got to it. Powerful header there from just on the edge of the 6-yard box from Noah Dicko. It's turned around the post by the goalkeeper. Timothy Weah here on the edge of the box knocks it back to Kingsley. Kingsley knocks it onto Grealish, and Grealish unleashes one, but it's a bit of a tame effort in the end. A 0-0 draw there with Wolves. Not a bad way to get the episode going, but it's just another draw. To be fair, our record is really starting to show there the quantity of draws that we're getting with these games. So the top player so far of this episode is Grealish, having got man of the match in that particular game. He's got 7 points and Nelson's on 4. As we move on to a bit of training, Reece Nelson, who was the player of the episode, I believe, from last time around, is going to get the first slot and the second as we try to train the youngster, improving his stats going forward. He's really started to come on, the young right winger, so it's only fair that we've tried to deliver some additional training to the youngsters. Third slot's going to be filled with Reece Nelson again. Try to improve his strength there, I believe, with that shift in Gates training scenario. And James Chester will pop in there because we owe him a couple of slots from a few episodes ago where he got injured and couldn't fulfil the training exercises that he was owed from getting the player of the episode. So some decent scores there from the players, but no overall improvement from either player. As we move out to the second game of the episode, and as you can see, we are facing off against West Ham.
Will you please make some noise as we welcome to the pitch? Thank you.
Here's our lineup for this game. And it's Horn in goal, El Mohammadi, Oxford, Zagadou and Henry at the back, with Pugh, Burge and McGinn in the middle. Nelson, Weah and Green playing on the left wing. 8 minutes in here, Pugh on the ball. He knocks it on through the channel to Nelson. Cuts back, gets it into the box. Couldn't get on the end of it, but Weah takes a decent shot as well from just outside the 18-yard box. West Ham here, 19 minutes into the game. Got the ball out on the wing. We managed to clear that away, but not far enough. Declan Rice onto Lanzini, Yarmolenko, Lanzini. And I believe that was Perez with the shot. Horn making a decent effort at pushing it around the post. John McGinn on the edge of the box knocks it to Timothy Weah. He knocks it back out to Burge. Burge there with a great effort as he just opened his body up to take the shot. Another effort here from Lanzini, knocking it in, and then it's a goal by Filippo Anderson. Just shuffled the ball around nicely. Managed to get some free space and picked us off basically. Just move the defenders around. Corner for ourselves here. We're 68 on this 68th minute. Knocking it into the box, and yes, Timothy Weah at the near post with a header. Fantastic goal there from the American. Drifts away from his defender as the cross comes in there and manages to nod the ball into the top corner. The keeper and the defender on the line can't do anything about it. West Ham again, managed to get free. Edge of the box stuff. Unfortunate on the 75th minute to let Hugo get free there on the edge of the box. As the West Ham fans go wild in the stands. The cross comes across and we just can't get to the guy who's opened it up really nicely. He's just let the ball drift across his body and knocks it in there. Timothy Weah on the ball. Now into Burge. Can we do here, trying to play the ball around to open up some space, and Timothy Weah, shots blocked by the defender. So it's a loss there to West Ham, unfortunately. It's the type of game that we really need to start to pick points up on. But as we can see in that match, El Mohammadi getting man of the match scored 4 points, Burge with 3, Oxford with 2 and Zagadou with 2. And that means that this episode's top players are now Grealish with 6, El Mohammadi with 5 and Burge with 5. Moving on to a bit of training again. And we're just shuffling around the actual training that we're going to give to the players. So Reece Nelson once more getting the first 2 slots, Horn in the 3rd position, and then Ollie Brown taking up number slots 4 and Bjorn Lundberg taking up slot number 5. As we move into the 3rd and the last game of this episode, December's a packed schedule, so we've got 6 games in total. So what I'm doing is I'm going to split this down into 2 separate videos. We're going to have 6 games in December, 3 in each episode, and we'll split the player of the episode over those two episodes.
Thank you, Villa
Because
Park.
getting 6 in there is going to make the video extremely long. As we take a look at who we've got lined up against Watford, it's a pretty decent team. I would say this is one of the strongest lineups that we can put out. Perhaps maybe Weyer would be in exchange for Dicko in the centre position, with Nelson playing out on the right wing. As Weyer himself there gets the ball into the box, and we've just knocked it wide with Nua Dicko. 40 minutes into the game, and that's really the first clear-cut opportunity from either team. Moving on into the second half, and Dicko's knocked the ball onto Jack Grealish. He cuts back inside and onto McGinn. McGinn knocks it onto Grealish. And McGinn's got in there. What a great ball through from Jack Grealish, though, to find John McGinn. Real midfield sort of goal, that. No, none of the strikers really getting heavily involved towards the front end of this attack. But it's a great goal by McGinn on his weak foot, actually. A player that is very heavily left-footed has managed to pop that way. Timothy Weir out on the wing has knocked it inside to Grealish, who's knocked it back to El Mohammadi and then on to Burge. Burge has knocked it into Dicko, who's held it up well and knocked it into Smith Rowe. Should have hit that first time, really. Okay, and Watford on the attack with only 10 minutes left on the clock. Oh, they've hit the post. How the hell have they missed that opportunity? Delafeu there. And another chance goes begging with 85 minutes gone as we move into the 88th minute.
Number 10, Jack
Decentish
Grealish.
defending there, but we've given the ball away. It's knocked into the box. And they nearly took their opportunity there towards the end of the game. 2 minutes left to play, and they've got a corner. Knocks it into the box, and they've scored from the corner. We've been absolutely mugged at the end of this game. Absolutely mugged there by Pereira with the header. So it's a 1-1 draw in this last game of the episode. Jack Grealish got man of the match. As you can see there, they had far more shots on target than us, let alone shots in total. So hard to say that we shouldn't really get more from the result, to be fair. In this game, Grealish got 6 points, Burge got 4, McGinn got 4, and both Dicko and Henry got 3 points. So far, the player of this episode, which is, as I say, split into 2, is Jack Grealish with 12 points, Burge on 9, El Mohammadi on 5, and McGinn on 5. Just going to redo the training mode here, taking Reece Nelson out of that secondary slot and swapping him with Baptiste Lacroix. Train adept attacking scenarios with young French player there. As we see Brown go up by 1 point overall. Okay, so towards the end of this split down episode, we've also got to deal with a raft of contract negotiations. We've got quite a few players here that are needing new deals. So Jack Grealish is looking for basically double his current salary. He's on 16,000 at the moment, and we're trying to negotiate down to 30,000. We've managed to achieve that with Jack. El Mohammadi, ageing right back, but a key member of our squad, performs excellently at almost every game. Got to re-sign him, just as we do with James Chester. Chester's actually looking for more money, even though El Mohammadi we signed for sort of roughly the same kind of figure. Negotiate with Chester there to try to get a slight reduction in any case, and we've managed to achieve that. Jonathan Codger, one of our good strikers from last season, not really performed as well this season, but he has been in rotation with a couple of the other guys. Looking for a slight increase on his wage, which we've agreed to. And then we've got Andre Green here, started to feature in the squad, and his current wage is 3,400, but he's clearly looking for quite a bit more. And to be quite honest, I'm quite happy to pay him a little bit more. He has really surprised me in how he's come on so far in this career mode series. So I'm happy to pay him a little bit more money there. Last one is Ross McCormack. He currently has a £12,500 wage. I want to try and reduce that if at all possible, just purely because he is 33. He's hardly going to get any game time, and realistically, I'll probably just try to sell him as soon as we've negotiated a contract with him, rather than seeing him disappear for nothing. He's sticking by his guns though. Wants 12,000, so we've paid a little bit more than we really wanted to, but we've got our man. Now that's the end of this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more FIFA 2019 content, including the second part of this episode.